This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It's a 2002 Ford F-250. It's a four-door extra cab, long bed, four-wheel drive, 7.3 liter turbo diesel. It's an XL. It's got air, it's automatic, and XL means it's more of a work version. Has crank windows. Anyway, we purchased this thing. It's got 96,000 actual miles. We purchased it directly from insurance company. It was a theft recovery. It's on a salvage title. The tires are about, I'd say about 50% tread. It's had some cosmetic issues in its past. For some reason, they decided to fix a dent on this fender. This is like some body work they did on this fender, on the driver fender. I don't know why you would do that. I mean, the fenders for these things, a new fender is 50 bucks, so it must have not been much to fix. It's got some dings and peel paint on those famous black bumpers that they almost always have. Got a little bit of a touch up there, a little ding here. This is definitely just going to be a work truck, but a really low mile 7.3 is hard to come by. My brother Dennis loves this truck. He drove it the other day and just fell in love with it. You know, Dennis is a connoisseur of work trucks, and when Dennis likes a truck, it's a good one. Dent right there. Obviously, you're not buying this for cosmetics. For some reason, they popped off the bed rail covers. They're like $80 a piece. And since we're not doing this for cosmetics, you know, obviously this is not a beauty. We're not going to worry about that. There's the passenger rear tire. I would say the rear tires are more like, I think the front tires are like 50 or 60% tread. The rear tires look like they're about 30 or 40% tread. Obviously there's some dings there and there. You're not buying this thing for for looks, that's for sure. So if you're looking for a show truck, you're not going to get it here. But for a guy like Dennis, who just likes a good sturdy truck, this will work. So if it works for Dennis, it'll work for you. Anyway, it's got a little crack here. This usually happens from a lot of slamming of tailgates. That's a new louvered tailgate. They stole the tailgate on it, so that's a brand new one. We do have to replace, we are going to replace the door handle and the lock cylinder. We just got this thing back from detail and we have that ordered. That'll go in along with the new ignition. When they stole the truck, they hurt the ignition. Let's look under the hood real quick. Alright, let's see. La 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 la. There's your Ford stamp right here. So that's the original fender. And there's your Ford stamp here on the core support, so you know that's the original core support. Got all the stamps you need. It's important to see this stuff up front, that way you know that none of this stuff was crash damaged and replaced. There's your Ford stamp on the driver's side core support. And there's the Ford stamp on the fender that they didn't replace. They didn't even take the fender off. See how the bolts haven't been removed, so they just did the body work right on the truck, so it must have not been too much. You do have a spare and tool, and I saw a spare underneath. Let's look at the roof real quick here. And it is blazing hot today. I mean, wow. It's supposed to be 106 today. And I'm recording this at about 12:30. So, that's a little warm. Here's your driver rear door. Now, whoever owned this before obviously didn't want vinyl seats because he left the rear vinyl seat and he put a cover on the front seat, so it's cloth in the front, which is actually a good thing. It had a little bit of a tear here that was obviously repaired, not like you would repair it in an upholstery shop. But again, this is not for looks. This truck, I'm sure that whoever buys this is probably going to tow their boat or tow some work trailers or just work in general with it. Maybe put a utility box or something on that. Anyway, but it has the stamp, Dennis's stamp of approval. So, ouch. Okay, that would be me dropping the phone because I touched the door and it's really hot. And if my brother Dennis would ever help me with these videos, if he wasn't such a shy guy, I probably wouldn't get burned as often as I do. Alright, fire in the hole. There we go. It is freaking hot, man. This AC can't get rolling fast enough to get the seatbelt on. Wow, it's blazing hot there. Oh, there comes the air conditioning. Dennis told me it had good air conditioning. There it is. Let's see if we have a radio that works. It's a display though. So, okay, so what we have is a radio that works, but the display isn't working. So I'm not sure how suitable that's going to be for the guy who wants this thing. Doesn't seem to. Yeah, this whole, I would say this whole deck needs to be replaced to have a. Can't even turn it off really. Huh. Yeah, we got no action here at all. So we're gonna have a little music behind us, a little accompaniment. At least we're on a good station, kind of mellow, easy listening type of thing. This kind of tells you what Dennis listens to, because obviously this was the last station that was on. Alright, let's see. Let's see, my door's open. There we go. Alright, we have 96,011 miles. We're very low on fuel. What is my brother doing listening to this music? Man. Alright. There's off and on for the overdrive. Let's put it in. Sorry about the music, but you know, he has his preferences, and there it is. So now I'm in 4-wheel high. There's 4-wheel. I put it into drive. Yep, that works perfect. Put it in reverse. It's kind of cool, man. I kind of, you know, maybe we need to go to music more often. I'm sure it might be annoying to you people who are trying to listen to me, but it's a good change for me. Now, I just put it into 4-wheel high, or 4-wheel low, I'm sorry. There's low. Put it in drive. Oh yeah, that's definitely 4-wheel low. Lots of torque. And we'll put it in reverse. Perfect. Neutral. Let's go back to 4-wheel high. It goes into gear really easily. Alright people, here's the deal. It's on a salvage title. If you want to drive it home, you got to have us restore the title to a restored salvage title. We can issue temporary plates so you can drive away. We do that for $200. We get up at 5 in the morning, take it down to motor vehicles at 6 in the morning, so we're first in line, and then we sit with it. Sometimes we sit with it for an hour, 10 minutes, 2 hours, sometimes 8 hours. Drop them off. That's why we charge $200. 50 of that vehicle, 150 goes to us. Sometimes we get paid well, and sometimes it's not worth it. Sort of like, you know, motor vehicles in general. Some days they eat donuts and don't want to do their job, and then we have to sit there forever, and some days they're in a good mood and they get us out in 10 minutes. So anyway, if you want to drive it home, that's mandatory. $200, we'll take it down there the very next morning and get it done. Then you're going to pay a tax of 2% city tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax is. If your state tax is 3%, you'll pay a total of 5% tax, plus the restore fee of $200 to restore the title, plus a $250 dock fee. If you pay by wire and ship, all you're going to pay is the agreed upon price, plus $200 if you want us to restore it for you. Just make sure that whatever your state is, wherever you are from, whatever state you're in, that they will accept an Arizona salvage title, an undamaged theft recovery vehicle, and a bill of sale, because that's all we can provide you with. If they need receipts for what was repaired, there was nothing repaired, it wasn't crashed. That's sort of where we get into it with states like Illinois and New York. They see these trucks come in and they're not wrecked, and then they need receipts for something that never happened. It's weird. So some states it's way better to make sure that we do the restoring for you. Plus it's faster and easier. I highly recommend it no matter what. You have us do it, but if you don't, just make sure that you can do it yourself easily. Alright? Lastly, please get your deposit in. Without a deposit, we don't have an agreed deal. We may have an agreed price, but without a deposit, we will sell it to whoever brings the first deposit in, or pays for it in full. It's happening more and more often. Please don't let that happen to you. That is all. Thanks very much, and have